now, shall we? Test, test, test. Okay, I can hear myself. At least I think I can hear myself. Okay, I think I can hear myself. Good. Welcome to this year's editing stream. So I'm gonna be editing the episode that we last were on, aka the one we recorded on, I believe Friday, together with Josh, and we're gonna be editing it so it looks good. This one is a bit different than my normal edits. I don't have certain things that I normally have. So first off, we have pre-show. Uh, this one doesn't really matter because it is an what do you call it? Duplicate timeline. Audio is audio only, and it is Josh only recording. Oh no.
If you're watching this on the YouTubes, he is white. Although when I look at the YouTube preview, he's there, trying to talk. But on Twitch, he's white. I don't know what's going on. These things are weird. But it's fine. I have them on. Interesting and dark. And I guess that this is just like a post-install script. So, yeah.
I think Josh failed at recording my audio.
Yeah, Jake, are you still in the void, or have you discovered the beauty of Gen 2 yet? Of course. Yeah, and because they're broadcasting over standard radio frequencies, they have to at least let everybody know what channel they're on.
Yep. So we don't have pre-show. Yay. So I may solve this over. And yay, we do not have headphones, which sounds horrible. But it is horrible. I'm gonna put them to charge. In the meantime, I'm gonna be setting up the first part of the episode. So we start with this. This would be my audio. And video also includes his audio and video. And this would be Josh. Oh, for the episode he recorded everything. Interesting. Now we're gonna delete all empty tracks. And I'm gonna do auto align based on mix of waveforms. Let's see if anything if it works this time. Or if I have to do it by hand, which is just annoying. So this is gonna take a bit to do, this analyzing of content, but this is not actually the longest part. We have a lot longer part in the fact that we have to then we can use the audio automatic audio equalizer to basically bring it everything to some same level, and that's gonna take a while. So how is everybody in the chats? I really do want to know because otherwise I'm gonna go bored. So you're probably wondering, I'm just looking at some code. It's still working at 59%. This always takes a while. And this part is boring as hell. And the next part is even more boring. Normally I just close the stream, specifically the not the stream, but the stream for between my editing PC and my laptop, so I don't see this, and I just go and work on code or play a game or something. This time I won't be doing that because we're live, and I don't wanna be like that guy. Can you guys even hear me? Oh look, we're back. So, and again, I really want to know how are you guys doing. So type in the chat if you have anything interesting to now normalize audio levels. Normalize. It has to do this for 6 separate audio streams, which is why it takes so freaking long. One done. Second done. Think we might be a third done, but not sure. Yeah, this will be a boring stream. I won't lie. If you guys leave the stream, I won't be offended, and I probably won't talk that much, especially in the part when I'm like actively editing. I'll probably be very much focused on actively editing, not so much uh, on the talking to you guys. But if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, leave them in the chat, and I'll get to them when I get to them. Also, in the meantime, I'm gonna plug No Tux Allowed Patreon, where you can support us with your patronage at patreon.com/slash no tax allowed, I think. Oh, great. Hello, Zero One. Thanks for confirming that, yeah, hearing is possible. Good to know, good to know. Yeah, I'm just waiting for processing to normalize audio, which you just did. Now we're gonna do, do a bit of this to see the actual waveforms. waveform. It's gonna take a minute to generate the waveforms, which I freaking hate. It takes some time. Yeah, this is the most labor, most waiting process we have. Then at that point we started with the process of actually, ooh, actually working on things, and then it just gets to be, well, boring and boring. I normally play a game because I'm just listening for any kind of mistakes and errors I need to cut out, and it just gets boring, especially listening to your own voice. So I wouldn't blame you if you stopped watching me, because this is gonna get boring as hell, and I don't have any kind of help on when things happen, because I wasn't prepared as much as I normally am. Most because things that I would be using are currently in disarray. Okay, we're still waiting for the first set. Oh look. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna check which track is which. To do this, I'm gonna first mute what I think are the tracks we're not interested in. Then I'm gonna resize. Okay, yeah, first of all, since I'm already here, I'm gonna just resize Josh a bit. Like this. There we go. And then I'm gonna zoom in on this section here. Okay, we have first track. Okay, so I think this is what I need.
No.
Well,
Uh,
what?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. Yeah, 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 yeah. Um. Oh no, no, no. That shouldn't be wrong. I was trimming track 3. Oh yeah, I should be taking this and this. This is exactly what I need. Okay, I'm on track 1, right? Was
No.
talking pre-show
Yeah.
stuff. Yes, perfect. Okay, now all I have to do is match this track with this track and this track with this track. Right? Yeah. So like this. Now this track and this track shouldn't match, which is okay. Now we're gonna zoom in even a little bit more. This is a very noticeable feature. Wait, is even this the right thing? Oh yeah. Huh. Oh, I think I'm being a bunk.
No.
Talking.
No. No. Uh, no. No.
I was just being a bunk. This is how it should be. Yep, I was being a bunk. Now we're gonna. Okay. Let's go to here. I think this is perfect.
No.
Yep, it's perfect. Now I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna click here. That wasn't the show. That was two of us
No.
talking pre-show
Yeah, yeah,
style.
yeah,
Perfect. This looks perfect. Okay, now we have that selected. This perfect. I can, and we can even see this is perfect. I can go to B and I can put A in. I'm not using Linux 01. I'm using Windows because I don't want to deal with problems. So uh, I I used to be an Adobe guy, which was a Windows thing. About about year ago, I wasn't in position to pay for it anymore, the monthly license thing. So I decided to switch to something else. And honestly, just so that I didn't have to deal with installation on Linux, I went and I said fuck it and installed a VM with Windows. I passed the graphics card to it and started running this as my main Windows system. VM with the graphics card passed to it on one of my servers. Actually, the main server. And that's how I've been running it since. It's not that DaVinci causes problems on Linux. Unless you have the paid version, you are not able to do few things like exporting codecs, exporting like standard codecs like MP4. It's impossible in on Linux. On everything else, it's possible. There are a few other things that are not possible, and any if we get some patronage on patreon.com/no Tux Allowed, I'm gonna get better at editing software anyway. Back to Adobe, I guess, which is better. And I just never liked anything Linux has to offer for us. Like, it's I don't want to say shit, but it's shit. It's never been as good as this is. So, and even this is not like at the level of Adobe Premiere Pro. But I managed to live through it, and I've been editing for least like almost a year now. I believe it was May of this year that I started using DaVinci again, and well, it's not great. It is okay for for what I do, which isn't much. I'm not really. It's, as you probably know if you watch this podcast, it's not exactly the very heavily edited podcast. But yeah, like it's not. I probably could get DaVinci to work on Linux, but at this point, now that I have this setup, I really do not want to even deal with it because that meant I need to pass my GPU to a Linux VM and I need my Windows VM to play games. Anyway, because I'm not putting that server back to desktop usage. Yes, it was used to be a desktop because it's got a graphics card in it, but I actually like the fact that I have a lot of compute available for other things inside other VMs. Like I have an entire Kubernetes cluster on it. So I'm now stuck to this, and I do actually like the setup quite a lot. I still need to make a video about the setup.
First.
Yeah, we're recording the show.
Yes, and then we need everybody in chat to stay quiet here. It's very important.
Normally here I would have done some magic audio things, but well, it's DaVinci Resolve, and these days we have so quiet sets that actually DaVinci Resolve doesn't detect anything. So unless we have some really heavy noises, like a whoosh of a freaking aircon or Josh's 3D printer is whirring away, I don't do anything here. Yeah, I'm pouring myself a drink, so that's what you hear.
I don't know if pouring yourself a soda counts as moment of silence for editor sanity.
You know what? No, that wasn't the show. That was two of us talking.
No. Yeah.
Like,
sometimes that goes on for way too long. And by the time we're done, I'm already half asleep.
yes, and like that's normal for us to do it for like
Yep.
hours
I
before we even start to record.
You know, it turns out that Bigpod and I like our World of Warcraft.
That also happened once or twice. We played World of Warcraft for too long.
Yep.
And thought,
Yep.
who could get it probably see here if you actually can hear it. I'm using 2x because well, it is an 44-minute show. It would be annoying to listen to its full speed.
It's not that Tux is not allowed. It is that Tux isn't the only thing we're talking about. It's guiding our path forward. It's just
So this goes for a while until I find the actual starting point of the podcast where I just cut.
Because normally you have Linux podcasts or tech podcasts that sometimes talk about Linux. Here we have a podcast that talks about Linux and technology in equal measure, depending on the news, of course.
I mean, The way I see it, Steve was the one that made the name.
Also that, yes.
Yeah. All right, so
So,
Showtime.
Zero One and
Yeah, showtime.
anybody else in chat, do you have any other questions?
I bought a cool shirt.
I need a prop.
I have another cool, the fancy shirt.
So
I don't
apparently
like
I
it,
have
too thick.
somebody to
This is the fancy
ban.
shirt I normally wear for special occasions.
If I knew how to do it.
That's what I need. Right there. Okay.
Josh has a prop. Great.
Yep. I had to go get one. Because, you know, debating my existence. All right. So, Bigpod,
What?
just to let you know,
Look,
I got this
I learned
free
things.
spool of filament for my 3D printer. This
Okay.
is Pet G filament.
Oh,
Now, this is filament for my 3D printer. All right, so showtime.
Yeah, showtime.
Yep.
I'm gonna pause because I remember to need to let this generate. Mhm. There. We're waiting for this to regenerate so I can then do a precise cut. Come on, will you? Ooh, look, it generated. Nice.
I need a prop.
I bought the cool shirt.
I need a prop.
I have another cool, the fancy shirt. I don't like it, it's too thick. This is the fancy shirt I normally wear for special occasions.
That's what I need. Right there. Okay.
Josh has a prop.
Here we
Great.
go.
Yep. I had to go get one. Because, you know, debating my existence. All right. So, Bigpod.
What?
All right.
So now I'm gonna zoom in a bit and cut right here. Now what do we do with this bit that we don't need? We have this button on keyboard that says DL and we press it.
So, Bigpod.
What?
Just to let you know, I got this free spool of filament for my 3D printer. This is Pet G filament. Now,
Okay.
for the context of the record, before you just start immediately assuming things, I have tried drawing it. I did try drawing it. I even tried over drawing it just to get it to calcify. It did not calcify. I got this thing all the way down to 5% humidity, in its dry box for over 7.5 hours, and I still can't get a good print out of this material. When I started, this spool was completely full, a full 1 kilogram. According to this little estimator, which is a little chart right here, I've got less than 200 grams of this filament left, which tells you how much of this I've gone through. Haven't made a single good part yet.
Maybe that's why it was free. Cue the music.
Maybe. Fuck that G.
So
It was free. Cue the
Maybe.
music.
Maybe.
and this is where we do another cut. And we go like this.
Fuck that G.
This is gonna take another eternity to go through.
You're right, Zero.
Gonna do
No
another
tuxedos.
Yep.
Because I don't even own one.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Which might change if things go certain trajectory that they want it to go. Well, and Josh will probably wants to at one point wear one if we actually get to where we want to get to.
I mean, I do own a bow tie. I just don't have the jacket. That's really it.
I own a tie.
I also have a tie. I have like 4 ties, something like that. 4 or 5 ties. I don't wear them very often.
I wear them never.
Yeah. Okay. So
I am the Silicon Valley type, so t-shirt and jeans.
Turtleneck?
Maybe.
turtleneck and khakis, you got Steve Jobs it. That's how you get by in Silicon Valley.
Yep, Silicon Valley style. You go to a tech convention, especially the tech conventions, Silicon Valley people go like CubeCon. It's shirt, jeans, and nothing else. Oh, an occasional guy in a suit.
Or
everybody
or
totally loves that.
if you're going to multi-million-dollar company meeting, just wear a sweater.
Well, yeah, or cargo shorts. Those also
Yeah.
are appropriate
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yep. All right, so hey guys, welcome to No Tux Allowed. I'm your host Josh. All right, so hey guys.
Here. Oh yeah, that's another thing that's really annoying about this thing. Boom. And then we do this. It's gonna combine them, like getting as close as possible, which not that I hate, but I don't like either. Where was I? Oh. Yeah, I lost the chat. Good God. Oh, I didn't lose the chat. I found it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the logo right here. Okay. here. I'm gonna type here 01 colon 01 colon 23 colon 35 and shorten this, size this, and then we're gonna put our music in, since we are queuing the music. So how do we do that? I click assets, I pull in this one already has a waveform generated for some reason. I hate that fact because it could easily generate waveform for the video as well at the same time. We're gonna find where the audio level is. I'll put it something like minus 30.
A little chart right here.
Perfect. I don't have the exact number. I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna cut here. And I cut for a very specific reason. I'm gonna plumb this here. Do a bit of a curve. And then this. And then we go to the end. Plunk. At this point, I can go and just
Welcome to No Tux. Hey guys, Allowed.
do this.
I'm your host Josh, and today I'm wearing a brand new shirt. Yes, this shirt is brand new. It's also.
And now we're gonna be listening to this for about 38 minutes. If we split that by 2, that's what? 15 plus 4, that's about 20 minutes. We're gonna listen to this about 20 minutes. Because then at the end we need to edit again. But I wanna know if I forgot that we had any interruptions in between, because it's normally how it goes. I forget.
And with me today, I have my host, Bigpod, who is wearing
Hi.
a black shirt.
My fanciest shirt available.
Yep.
Today is a special day, actually.
Yes,
That's why I
because
wore the best shirt I have.
we have a live audience in the chat room. So,
Yes.
Obviously, Bigpod, we're both going to have to pay attention to that and respond to these people that are talking, because what's the point of recording a live episode if we're not going to be doing that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
But
at this
it's
point,
also going to be the very
will-
first episode of 2026. So, like any
No, it
podcast,
won't be. It will be
Pull
last
out
episode
my
of 2025. You keep
Oh.
getting it wrong.
I will get it right
One day,
eventually.
is-
Start
one day is still
playing some
2025.
chess,
Joshua
Hearthstone
Lee.
or
Okay,
something.
okay. I'll get it right one of these days.
But this time
But,
will be
like
actually
anything relating to podcasts
to
about this
you
time of year,
guys. So if you have any
there are two things we
questions,
can do. We can either do
comments,
awards or
let me
predictions.
know.
And
I
you
have
know,
an award. An award for the best podcast infrastructure. Definitely not Tuxbase Media Group.
no, definitely not Tuxbase Media Group. Except for bid. I only have 10leadj.com been down for today. It's been over 10 hours.
Yes. That's
me-
why.
let me check.
That's
Okay,
why.
it's up right now.
That's why one of the predictions I'm gonna have will be in regards to this. But let's get to the segment first. So what else are we gonna talk about, Mr. Joshua Lee?
Well, you see, first of all, we're currently live on our YouTube channel as well as our Twitch.tv channel. I don't know how we're going to be using the Twitch.tv channel because heaven forbid, I'm never going to log into it because I just don't want to touch it with a 10
Neither
foot
will
pole.
I.
But
Maybe.
it exists. It exists.
Yes.
So maybe we might stream to it more often. Who knows?
Yeah.
It is
Oh, if you stream
Twitch.tv.
to YouTube, why not stream to Twitch.tv as well?
Yeah, so
Automatically.
yeah, Twitch.tv/No Tux Allowed. We're also live on our YouTube channel right now, youtube.com/@No Tux Allowed. I believe it is. I think it is.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Since I look at that
Yeah.
particular piece of URL.
Yep. All right. So we got that out of the way. You can find the full VOD right there. We even recorded a pre-show that's going to show up in your standard RSS feed for those audio listeners. It's just going to be right there for you, just for like this episode. Because everybody,
Yeah,
you watch it on
there's gonna
YouTube.
be no pre-show.
Why do you have to pay to get it in your audio feed? That's how I see it. Because I'm not going to unlist it because why would I? So, Big Pod, we're going to be doing some predictions.
Yeah.
And
So.
I've got one to start with because it was very recently in the news for everybody. This is Mozilla.
Oh.
Mozilla will backpedal on AI.
Really?
Yes.
So
they will.
Firefox won't be an AI browser.
No, it will not be an AI browser as advertised. Because you got to remember, Firefox does have AI integrations right now.
Yes.
In fact, it's been so good that nobody's complained about it.
Yeah.
They've had. I mean, well, I've complained a little bit about it because when you highlight text, it pops up with that little AI button that I accidentally click way too often. But it is very well done overall. There are still a couple things with it. Like I hate that it's a sidebar. I just hate that. Just give me like a pop-up button, like all the other extensions. But it's been so well done and so tightly integrated into the way Firefox operates now, as it currently stands now, that I haven't seen anybody complain about it.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to really complain about is the full AI integration that their new CEO was saying that hey, let's do that. And obviously, yeah, like 01 is saying here, all they have to do is make it opt-in. Obviously, if it's opt-in, it's never going to be enabled. Not really. It's just like telemetry. Like opt-in telemetry is functionally useless.
Yep.
But so, and if they're going to be pushing like the AI thing, they're actually going to be putting in the Firefox.
In Twitch chat, movie addicts 06 said, "You watch UFC?" No, I don't. I don't even know what UFC is.
really the one way to really find out if it's actually going to work, and that's to have it enabled by default. That's the unfortunate truth, but the statistics show that that's going to be the case. But it's going to work out so poorly for them that they're inevitably going to have to backpedal, because I really think that they're just calling on like they're advertising like these AI features being built into Firefox purely so they can get investors that are not Google in Firefox or well in Mozilla in general.
Yeah.
That's really what I think. But Bigpod, I'm certain that you're probably going to disagree with me.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. We're gonna see how AI will go. Now I'm gonna have one prediction. And before I share it with you, if you have your own predictions, live audience, you can share it with us in chats, both on YouTube and Twitch. And if you're listening to us later, don't be afraid to comment or email the predictions to us at contact@tuxbase.com. Now, my prediction is that by the end of 2026, Tuxbase infrastructure will be changed twice. Which once we know it will, because we're already building the new infrastructure piece by piece, designing it properly. But I have a sad and sneaky feeling by the time middle of the year arrives, I'm going to be thinking about new infrastructure.
You're like, I learned things. I want to implement them because they just sound cooler.
Yes, and they'll probably be new shiny. Let's do this. The standard engineering problem. So
yeah, sounds about right.
I think new shiny will give me a lot of problems with keeping a stable infrastructure.
Well, just remember, there's a whole process for changing infrastructure. I detailed it to you earlier today.
Yes.
You're like, you have to submit proposals.
RFC.
Yes. All right. So next up, 2026. It's going to happen, Bigpod.
Yeah,
it
we
will
know.
finally be the year of the Linux desktop.
About that, I don't know.
Now, I need to define this phrase a little bit to me, because this is not when the Linux desktop is going to be like popular. It's going to be just popular enough that my neighbors might actually understand what they mean when I'm talking about Linux. That's what I'm going to be talking about. That's the point that I'm talking about. But we got Michael Dominic here writing a blog post back in September that just randomly showed up on a Google result when I googled year of the Linux desktop, and I saw this. I'm like, oh, Michael Dominic is a fellow podcaster, and he posts some opinions sometimes, and he's saying that he agrees with me, Bigpod. He agrees. Yes. And he lists 3 very good reasons. Do you want to know what the first good reason is?
No.
Well, you see,
But do share it because,
when you
podcast.
Yeah. Well, when you install the Linux desktop, right, you have to configure it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be tinkering with it for weeks, days upon days. You're gonna be reading documentation that just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But we've also got the rise of opinionated, cohesive desktop environments that are not called GNOME.
Good.
With Omarchy and Cosmic.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Omarchy, or Omarchy, or however you want to pronounce it, is an Arch-based Linux distribution or post-install script that you install that comes with a pre-configured Hyperland tiling compositor or tiling window manager. So people are going to bounce off of it, but Cosmic's pretty cool. Cosmic is a cool enough desktop environment that I might be installing. Just give it a try. We'll see how long before you start seeing me show up in that bug tracker. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand why these two are being the ones pointed out specifically, because GNOME is very opinionated. A lot of their opinions are like bad opinions, and KDE has come miles upon miles from what it used to be. Like I've been on Fedora KDE, and I haven't had K1 crash on me at all since I installed this, and I think this system's been live for about 2 months now. Like actually.
Wait, really?
Which yeah.
This has to be some kind of a record.
Oh, for me having a distro that I haven't reinstalled is definitely not a record for that. But KDE or K1 not crashing, yeah, that is. Or maybe like their session restoration is just working so well that I just don't even notice it crash. But at the same time, I just haven't noticed it crash. But here's point number 2: quality Linux hardware is finally here. Because we have the System 76 hardware. We've had that for years, but now we get that with the Cosmic desktop environment. That is not going to be a bad experience, no matter how it is. Because the software is what sells the hardware.
Yeah.
We've also got the framework, which the framework on like their recommended operating system page does recommend Linux distros. Like actually,
I believe it ships with them.
It is a shippable option. Yes, I think you get to choose between like Fedora, Ubuntu, and Windows.
I believe there's
or
an
just no
option.
operating system. And there might be more. It's been a minute since I looked at the configurator for framework.
I think there is an option for some other stuff. I'm gonna take a look. Might actually be, something like Bluefin or Bazite.
With framework, you either get Windows or you just bring your own. That could actually be the case. That probably is the case. Because if you're getting Windows, you're probably not carrying over a Windows license. So why not just buy it with the hardware? That actually just makes sense because Microsoft does subsidize the hardware when you offer that.
Yeah.
Here's point number 3: developer disillusionment with Apple's walled garden. I don't know if you've ever published an app to the Apple App Store, but it's kind of toxic.
No.
It's kind of toxic to do so.
You need a Mac to publish to Apple App Store.
Well, you need a Mac to be able to build the software and test it to begin with. So you probably
most stuff can be built on anything, including Linux. But to do publishing, you need to have a MacBook. Or
you need to have a MacBook. You need to have Xcode installed on the system.
Yeah.
So you need that. But when you go to publish to the App Store, it has to go through Apple's approval thing, where they might need to dig through the source code of your application, and that can sometimes take forever. And then they will find the most nitpicky thing to deny you for. Linux, by contrast, make a flat pack. You don't even have to specify, but you're probably going to post a file anyway. Because realistically, that's the only repository that matters for Flatpak. I don't care that you can just spin up your own Flatpak repo, or that you can just enable the elementary repo because nobody's enabling Fedora for some reason. But I don't care that those other things exist. But the whole argument against snaps, like that, I hear besides canonical being canonical, is that you can only select from one repository. You cannot use that as a valid argument against it because I just don't believe that's a valid argument because heaven forbid, how many applications are on FlatHub compared to all the other Flatpak repositories? And yes, you can use snaps from a separate repository from canonical. You can actually do it. Yeah. Now, obviously, like applications in general on Linux, just make Flatpak, make an app image, make a snap, just contribute to the upstream repository, and you're good to go. Actually, for app images, you don't have to do that. You just provide a way to download the package. Same thing with containers, like publish a Docker container and just puts it up on like Docker Hub because they're not auditing that. So I'm thinking 2026 is the year too many stars align for too many people, especially because Windows 11 is invalidating so much hardware. Now, obviously, your mom's probably not going to be installing Linux from Windows, but she will probably at least be willing to give it a try if you install it for her. What do you think?
I don't know. At this point, I think basically anybody can run Linux as long as they have a Bigpod or a Josh to install it for them.
I mean, I already have a grandmother that runs NixOS. It boots up into just enough of a Cage compositor to launch Thunderbird. That's it. That's literally it. It's just Cage into Thunderbird with automatic login.
Wow.
Well, remember, all she uses the computer for is just emails.
Remember, most people run Android every day. Android is Linux.
I don't know if it is Linux. It uses a Linux kernel, so yes. But maybe it's not Linux. It just has Linux. You gotta remember, GNU is the operating system. Linux is just one of its kernels.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I mean, it depends on which distribution you installed.
Yes.
But that statement could potentially be true.
No, never. But before this devolves into a war I will have to cut out, let's go into the third prediction, fourth actually. The one that is like, shall we say, again, about us and the podcast. Well, Josh, will we actually understand quantum computing enough to do a topic about quantum computing and be able to explain it and talk about it with actual any air of authority?
So, here's the thing about quantum computing, right? Every single time we go to check tech news, it's just there. There's always something going on with quantum computing because, there's big investments going on with quantum computing infrastructure right now. And apparently, they're making some big gains with quantum computing this year. Like, there's news there, but I don't know enough about it to be able to competently explain it. So, if you happen to know something about quantum computing, like say you're an engineer that actually understands this, send us an email. We'd like to have you on the show.
Contact at Tuxbase.com.
Yep.
Well, Josh, let's move over to the next prediction that might be sadness that is our knowledge.
Yeah. This one is probably going to be a bit of a bigger. This. Send us an email. We'd like to have you on the show.
Contact at Tuxbase.com.
Well, I mean, engineer that actually understands this, send us an email. We'd like to have you on. Do you happen to know something about quantum computing?
Here we go. We're gonna add animated email right here. And this one I actually effed up. I just remembered this one I effed up. So we have to size it, move it appropriately. I need to go back to the template to fix it.
You happen to know something about quantum. Say you're an engineer that actually understands this. Send us an email. We'd like to have you on the show.
Contact at Tuxbase.com.
Yep.
Well, Josh, let's move over to the next prediction that might be sadness that is our knowledge.
Yeah. This one is probably going to be a bit of a bigger topic. So first of all, it is AI. So yes, we have to make a disclaimer for AI. We are a tech podcast. At some point, we are going to talk about AI because AI is where all the hype is. Like we tried for so long. How many episodes did we go without raising AI at all? I tried.
I think there was a set of episodes long ago that was like 15 episodes.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about AI.
But I got one of these data center projects that's coming in like my backyard, and of course they did that shady thing where they managed to subsidize everything to the point where they're not even paying the electric bill. That's me. So I'm pretty kind of upset about like this whole AI thing. But AI, the proliferation of it is causing data centers to basically explode in like popularity to the point where it's affected so much of like the hardware industry. Like RAM prices are insane right now. Same thing with like solid state drives are way up there nowadays too compared to what they were like last year.
I remember reading and seeing a picture of a 64 gigabyte kit of DDR5 memory that costs $1,000.
Right?
That is fucking insane.
It makes me want to sell my desktop computer because my desktop computer is worth way more than what I bought it for.
Yes. That RAM kit is almost worth as much as half of my computer.
Right?
Also, I learned today that apparently Microsoft has more hardware than they can actually put online, and that putting online is actually the problem, not the hardware itself.
That could in fact be the case. I just want to right now. 32 gig. Space in their existing data centers to deploy the hardware to keep up with the perceived demand for AI. So they have to build like these data centers in all these places where they can justifiably get away with building a data center, which is basically in the middle of nowhere, and put all their hardware in there because they have the hardware. They got to put it somewhere, and run this data center that's going to suck up so much power, cause such a taxation on the local economy. The construction for these things, they're massive projects to build.
Yes, they're small cities.
Yeah, they're effectively small cities, but only during construction. After construction, there's probably no less than, well, probably no more than 100 people at a time in a typical large data center.
Yeah.
So they contribute basically nothing for like the local economy, like at all.
Yeah.
And yet, somehow, some way, across just the United States in general, they're able to come up with like these municipality deals where they don't even have to pay their own electric bill.
Yeah, but remember, the people are saying, these CEOs, that in few years, Earth will be populated by nothing but data centers, these AI factories.
Yeah, it's getting that way, and I'm really sad. That's only just now that it's only just like this year that I started picking up like Warhammer and reading like the lore from that, and it's really starting to come around to the idea that maybe the Adeptus Mechanicus are right. Because in the phrase of Warhammer, if the humans win, we do not want the Adeptus Mechanicus to be the ones that actually win, because that's like the most dystopian version.
Well, in my opinion, this can end only one way, horribly. But which horrible way it will end, that's still a question to be answered.
And one way or another, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, I hope for the bubble to pop soon, and for all those servers to become available as general computing for basically nothing.
I mean, I still have 16U worth of rack space available.
I don't mean just like sold. I mean like Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. They won't just sell off those servers. They'll still rack them. They'll just sell them as cloud computing servers for pennies on the dollar, just so they make some ROI. And that's when I plan to swoop in and buy data centers worth of server compute.
Quite possibly, but I'm just wondering like what's going to happen like with what. So we got these companies that are so invested in the AI right now. Like I don't mind like Meta just disappearing and shutting down, but my concern is like these other companies, like say Google, right? How much of like their entire thing is just AI nowadays? If the AI bubble pops, does Google effectively shut down?
Probably not. It's probably still enough. Like Google is advertisement, and Google is GCP.
01. I have shall we say a good bad opinion about it. So my current view is fairly optimistic because I don't want to think about how doomed we are. Basically, I go, bubble's gonna pop. We're gonna buy data center servers at cloud data centers for pennies on the dollar. But at the same time, I know if this goes too long, it's not gonna be pennies on the dollar. It will be buying RAM for prices of hundreds of dollars per bit. So, at which point, a low-end computer, like a cheapest computer, will cost more than a average salary, which means no more computer users and stuff like that. So, that's the dual mind of me. I'm hoping for the optimistic future, but I don't see it happening. I may sound optimistic, but I'm realist. I know this won't happen.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking purely in like the context of like YouTube moderation.
Yeah.
That's all AI right now.
Yeah, but those things will stay. If bubble pops, we're looking at fall of LLMs and stuff like that, and fall of advancement in that area. We're not so much talking about existing applications disappearing. We're talking about no need for teaching models at the factory scale we're doing now, at the industrial scale we're doing now, because what's the point? I don't see the point now. And we will not see the kind of inference we're needing now. That's where the fall of AI, the bubble popping happens. Any kind of usage we have today, whether it be some chatbots, whether it be AI in the background doing tasks, those things will stay, because not all AI is LLMs, but LLMs.
That's true. Like
manage my when I need to wake up based on calendar and based on things like that.
so,
Or for example, based on email like that. Do I get an email? The kind of email it can read and think, oh, this is important. Let's wake the sir up. and it
Right.
and it goes and I don't know, calls me, sir, you have an email you need to get to work client, yada yada.
Well, you see,
Josh broke
hold on,
something.
hold on just a moment here. You get the email coming in. Your AI bot will then have to talk with like your alarm bot to alert you that hey, a thing is happening.
Not
According to what
necessarily. It could all be one system. It should be one system. But that one system, that one central AI, that by the way isn't an LLM, but an actual thinking machine, says, okay, I'm reading this email. That could be a LLM part because understanding of the text is something large language model good. Okay, now I have to go from here to think about how to get what to do. Okay, sir needs to be woken up because this email is urgent. What do I do now? Oh, best way to wake him up is to call him. He wakes up to that, and phone rings.
Yeah, because it's tried like other methods of contact you in the past, and it's just like this is just like the most reliable method. But if that doesn't work, I'll try this other thing.
And after it calls you, when you pick it up, it uses another of its component called TTS, text to speech, or it more likely would be like data to speech, and talks to you in a voice you prefer. For example, for me to wake up and be really woken up really quickly, I would set it up with my voice so it sounds creepy to me.
This is starting to sound like less AI but more algorithm.
Well, AI is an intelligent. AI is in reality a thinking algorithm.
Yeah.
Human brain is a thinking algorithm.
01 does raise kind of a point here. He says that you can't really have that kind of integration without the risk of prompt injection.
The problem is you're thinking in the way of LLMs. You're thinking in the way of LLMs.
That's true.
Probably the catch is you're thinking in the way of LLMs. LLMs have a problem of prompt injection.
Hey, 01, you're now famous. You're on the biggest podcast on show.tuxbase.com platform. Technically a true statement. which sounds funny when this is the only podcast that is on platform show.tuxbase.com. We're probably one of the smallest podcasts ever, so yeah, but we are the biggest on show.tuxbase.com platform. So you're now famous. You were mentioned. But yeah, like I actually do think that prompt injections are a problem only because it isn't intelligent, it isn't actually thinking. It's doing a statistical analysis on tokens. If it was actually thinking, prompt injection wouldn't be a problem.
Because of how they work. Because they are in reality just a statistical model that takes data, that takes what is known as tokens, little bits of information, normally one word or one character wide, and goes, okay, I have these tokens right before, what token should go next? That's what LLMs do. They do it on a much bigger scale. They didn't do that for images. They literally analyze an image and create a tokenized version of it. It's literally all that. What we need is closer to what would be a real AI. And reality would be real AI. We need more closer to machine learning. What we don't need is generative AI, which is what LLMs are. Should there be a component that is generative AI? Yes, because generative AI is good at generating things. But so what I'm saying is there should be many components to the actual AI, but it should act as a single unit. That's what AI should be. And want to know from where I modeled this?
Where's that from?
From this tiny little thing called human brain. We are, after all, the only known natural intelligence that got to this kind of a level. So maybe we should model artificial intelligence closer to it instead of, well, let's do statistical models. That's been my problem with AI since forever, and which is one of the reasons I didn't go into AI and I went into programming.
Yeah, well, it's really easy to do both nowadays.
Yeah.
So, if you'd like to send feedback on this topic, you can send us an email, contact at tuxbase.com. That is a working email address. We confirmed it works earlier.
Yeah.
And now we get to the active part of editing, where I...
Yeah, well, it's really easy to do both nowadays.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to send feedback on this...
Perfect. And why I'm saying this is an active part, because I can actually do it. No, I haven't. I don't really watch that much of, how to say this, TV shows and stuff like that aren't like really old. Like, for example, one of my favorite TV shows, it's called Newsroom. It's 13 years old or something like that. The other one is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is also like 5 years old. I don't really watch new stuff, especially on the streaming services I don't subscribe to. So, but I might check it out just since you mentioned it.
Yeah, well, it's really easy to do both nowadays.
Yeah.
So, if you'd like to send feedback on this topic, you can send us an email, contact at tuxbase.com. That is a working email address. We confirmed it works earlier.
Yeah.
And of course, if you don't want to talk with us, because I can understand, we do have a Discord. You can go to tuxbase.com/Discord. Join the official Tuxbase Media.
Oh, but I think I know what show you're talking about. I saw a couple of clips on YouTube Shorts. Oh yeah, I think yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
channel, which is currently a channel called No Tux Allowed, because that's just the only show that we run right now. But it might expand in the future. If you'd like to support our various endeavors, because infrastructure costs money, and
I think yeah, digital immortality will at one point be a problem, sure. But at the same time, I think this same could be said for actual immortality because over time we're gonna figure out how to fix those problematic pieces of flesh. Yeah, there is a. I'm not so much talking about actually like basic on like how humans on like human brain. I'm basing on how human brain works. So human brain isn't just one bit thinking and doing everything. Human brain is multiple bits firing at the same time to create this what we call subconsciousness and consciousness and all the understanding. We have a in a single closed system. We have a part that does image processing, the part that comes from the part of the signal that comes from our eyes. That's its own part. Its own part is hearing. Its own part is doing this, doing that. That's what I'm trying to say when I say model it after human brain. Not actually like scanning the brain or something like that, but just using the human brain as like an idea of how things should be done because clearly it works. Yeah, it's probably not the most best system, but it is working system, unlike what we do today. Because even if we want to see an image, let's say an LLM wants to do an image, it first synthesizes that image into text. Into text, come on. And then, based on that text, does something. Which that text could be already problematic as it comes from literally an LLM. It doesn't come from an image understanding
doing things
AI,
the
it comes
hard
from
way.
LLM
I'm sure that you
based
might have
on
heard Bigpod make a
some
big
really
prediction about
basic
what his
rudimentary
plans for
stuff.
2026 are and my concerns. You could go to patreon.com/no Tux Allowed and, fund Tuxbase because, heaven forbid, we're probably going to need it. And, of course, if you'd like to reach us,
Yeah, like not so much like an organization, but one, not one model, but uh, one central model. So think of it kind of like the how we now have mixture of experts model. So many models are actually today mixtures of experts. So you have an you have an inside a big LLM model, you have essentially many tiny models that each have their own field of expertise. Let's say a uh, programming expert, uh, science expert, mathematics expert. Essentially that, but that each expert is in reality its own, yes, fully functional big model that is specifically specialized for that one mode of understanding. So we have an uh, computer vision model. We have a text to speech model. We have a we have a speech to text model. We have, I don't know, whatever model. And yes, one of those models will be an LLM because because that's the best way we know now how to synthesize AI thinking into words because, well, LLM, large language model. And altogether it would be tied by some yet undiscovered model that essentially operates on completely, to write to me, to humans unknown data system. Like in human brain, that's electrical signals. In in computers, that has to be something else. And yeah, technically speaking, it could be an LLM, but it's human language. It's it's already far more how to say this, far more complex than it should be for what we need. That type of thing. So that type of things has to happen. With that, we're gonna get rid of much
Bigpod,
complexity,
you have
but
a YouTube
also
channel
make
and
things
I have a
work.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Also, you did not copy.
Okay, now I have to get my YouTube thing in. Wait, this is wrong. Yeah, this is wrong. YouTube. Yeah. Interesting. I think I might have things broken. Dear God. There.
Also, you did not copy paste Patreon correctly.
I noticed. Josh, you don't have to be that guy.
Oh, I'm just saying, man. You just need to copy paste better. It's patreon.com/Tux Allowed. Just drop us a couple. If you're into green just leave. Just tell you this. Doesn't be. Honestly, you could probably get away with spending $5 one time, getting the link from Bigpod, who's probably not going to be checking again anytime soon to disable your access to the premium feed.
Problem with premium feed currently, it's a fully manual process due to our cloud provider, our platform of choice for podcasting. Yes, so if you actually subscribe right now on the $5 tier, I'm gonna just add you when I have time, and I'm probably gonna just give you like access for 2-3 months, and then check after 2-3 months whether you still should have access. So yeah, as Josh said, you can get months of premium for free. And yeah, like premium does give you many good things like pre-show, like 360 kilobit per second audio. I think that's the right statement. And couple other things, including in future you're gonna get access to certain compute points that I'll be making for me and Josh and podcast. So it might be worth subscribing either way. To Yes, we're gonna get money, but that money will allow us to, I don't know, host better infrastructure. But also, it will just great. So, but if you're feeling extremely generous, you might wanna go to the $20 tier. That's the biggest one. It would be highly appreciated. And if I got an email right now, I probably would shout you out right now. Because, of course, if I would hear the email, which is also a probability that I will not.
Because you didn't renew your subscription on a Patreon, but we haven't come up with a way to properly automatically audit that.
Yeah.
So, but of course, I also have a YouTube channel. I actually have a video that's processing right now, Bigpod.
Really?
Yes, it is processing. It's been processing hell since last night.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to delete it and re-upload because that's the thing that happens with YouTube. I'm sure that there's a content creator out there that probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, Bigpod, that is a show. That has been a live show, which you can find on youtube.com/@NoTuxAllowed to find the entire stream available to you.
Oh, really? What happened?
And also, Bigpod, you're now banned from /r/Yang for spamming in our YouTube chat. We'll see you guys next week.
I don't know.
You can watch it. And also, Bigpod, you are now banned from /r/Pyongyang for spamming in our YouTube chat. We'll see you guys next week.
That joke might become a stream only joke in a moment, for obvious public posting reasons.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, Bigpod, that is a show. That has been a live show, which you can find on youtube.com/@NoTuxAllowed to find the entire stream available to you, where you can watch it. And also, Bigpod, you're now banned from /r/Pyongyang for spamming in our YouTube.
And we're gonna do this. And here. And yeah, this will become a stream only joke. Boom. 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 Tap, 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 and we pull this back here. I then put about here at the end. Tuck, tuck, tuck. I trim this last bit off. I zoom out. I'm gonna add the logo right here. 15 seconds, so 01, 39, 17. That would be 02, so 7, 16. Correct. And pull that in. And I'm gonna go up. Actually, I don't know why I did that, because I would then just do this. I pull that in like this with a nice curve.
Find the entire stream available to you where you can watch it. We'll see you guys next week.
Oh, I can hear it. Genius.
Allowed to find the entire stream available to you where you can watch it. We'll see you guys next week.
Perfect. That looks good. Now we're gonna zoom out. We're gonna copy this bit. We're gonna go to bin. No, bin working. Short A. I'm gonna paste this twice. I'm gonna do this. And at this point, all I need is the logo. And then some magic happens. I'm gonna put logo like this. I'm gonna do this. Actually, not this. I'm gonna zoom the logo out a bit. And then click this. Put you here, Bigpod. Shrunk. And then put you. Oops. You should be. I forgot to correctly move them. Josh should be right here. And that's how our shorts are made. Oh. That's a new one. Oh, I know why. Yeah. When we record normally... Wait, no. No. Oh, I know why. Oh, great. Oh, great. I already know why this is. Oh, I have a dumb idea. Nobody needs to see my voice on intro. No one needs to see my face on intro. It's Josh's face that's important. He's talking mostly. Okay, so we're gonna adjust that a tiny bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna crop him. I'm not that much in the need. I'm gonna just do this. You see, this is professional editing. There you go. That's how professional we are here. I don't want to go and crop them, although I could. Let's see. Just for a joke, let's try and crop it. I don't even know how to do it in DaVinci Resolve. Would that work? Nope. Let's see. Okay, nope. That wouldn't. I think I can crop it somewhere in properties, right? In maybe in inspector. Oh, in inspector I could probably crop it. Oh yeah. I remember. We could crop the bottom off like this. And then I can get Bigpod back in. By removing the crop. and maybe cropping the top off like that. So since I'm gonna be cropping it for some reason, let's do it from the start again. You know, professionalism, that is no Tux Allowed video version. Okay. We go. Like, oh, like this. And then we crop top. Like that. And then I'm gonna disable you and enable you. Click on you. And crop bottom. There. It's cropped. And we just once again drop logo in the middle. Smaller in size. We pull it here. Size it to the end. Boom. There you have it. That's our short. Maybe that's why it was free. Cue the
Maybe.
music.
Maybe.
And that's a short. And since I didn't pay enough attention to make other shorts, I won't be making them. Where is now delivery? Okay, I will now go to privacy of how I have it set up. I'm gonna switch to this. We can do this again. So here are the three outputs. Oh, I forgot. Oh, genius me. I did the short. Genius me. We're gonna do, where is B? Yeah, I've done the job. Okay, didn't work. There, VDOS can stay. Now we go on B and we HQ. Good. LQ, I update. LQ with 89. And then VIDA. Which, if I remember correctly, it's VIDA. And yeah, VIDA also had 320 kilobit per second audio. Yeah, it's top-notch VIDA. Boom. I think this should be it. Yep, I think this is it. So all I need to do now, click the render all button. But because the machine that is actually rendering the video and machine that is would be rendering the stream would be the same thing. So I'm not gonna do it. The stream is, the episode will be about 40 minutes long, and you will be able to enjoy it as soon as 9 hours on audio and about 19 hours in video form. But if you already watched it on stream, and if you watch it again in actually edited format, thank you guys, you're awesome. So before we head off and I start rendering this shit show, thank you guys for watching, especially 01 who was commenting on, who was constantly talking in the chat. Once again, if you are so willing, go check out our Patreon. and give us your patronage. It would be highly appreciated and would allow us to make even better infrastructure, at which point we will have better infrastructure. It will also allow us to to actually fund the show and stuff like that. Also, please, if you know someone who wants to do a podcast or you want to do a podcast yourself, you can contact us at Tuxbase, contact at tuxbase.com to and we can help you host your podcast on show.tuxbase.com and possibly edit it or even host another instance of Castopod for you. That's all we know to do here at Tuxbase Media Group. Or that's Josh's company, Tuxbase Media Group. That's who you will be in contact with. He's the CEO. Uh, well, I see I messed up a title name, so I'm gonna be updating this right now. 89 update job. So, uh, again, if you have a podcast you want to do, or you know someone who wants to do a podcast, again, think of us and either contact us or recommend them to contact us. It would be highly appreciated. We got really good at this, and I do know that we probably could do some editing, some basic editing like this. We could probably make some room in our schedule. What else do we have to say? Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, and if you're on Twitch, don't click the follow button on twitch.tv/, no Tux Allowed. Would also be highly appreciated for some reason. And yeah, if you are on YouTube, subscribe, click the notification bell, like the stream, like the episode, share the episode around. We want as high of an audience as possible. And if you're if you're ever so inclined, Patreon, our email to contact us. If you have any questions, you can contact us over email. You can comment below the next episode. In the last episode, we had DT on show, so check that out. It's highly popular. Uh, and again, if you and again for the third time, if you are planning a podcast or you know someone who is planning a podcast, uh, give us recommend us or contact us at Tuxbase at contact@tuxbase.com, and we can host the show for you or set up a platform like Castopod to host the show for you, where you can self-manage it or we can manage it for you. If you self-manage it, you're gonna set it up on your own environment, whereas we can set it up in your own environment. Or if we manage it, we're gonna set it up in our environment, which is getting better by the minute as we are updating our infrastructure, which is why I want more budget because currently it's going out to Josh's pocket, and I do want more budget so I can build a proper infrastructure. Well, I think this will be it. I've done enough advertisement for today. Oh yeah, this of our our platform and our thing. So again, check us out. Tuxbase.com, show.tuxbase.com, where you can see all sorts of podcasts like No Tux Allowed and No Tux Allowed Premium and nothing else. And I'll see you next time. Again, thanks 01. You're famous. Sorry, not sorry. And before we go, render all. It's rendering. So now better go because otherwise you guys will get a lag fest real soon. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to also advertise me and Josh on our personal YouTube channels. I'll be doing some streams probably, and Josh will be doing some videos in future, as mentioned on the show. YouTube.com/@Bigpod and YouTube.com/@10LJ. Also check us out. Also subscribe to both. You will not want to miss my boring gaming streams and his definitely better videos. Bye. No, actually, bye.